For those who never tried the generative fill before, let me quickly show you this tool and what you can do with it. Once you install recent version of Photoshop or Photoshop beta, like in my case, you can create a new blank file or open an image. Let me first create a new file. Now you will see this tab below the white canvas, which is set by default as import image. However, when you go to select and do all and select the entire canvas, now this tool turns into the generative fill tool. If you click on generative fill, now we have the window to type in the prompt or the description of what you want to generate within this canvas and within this selection. Let me type tram in the street and hit generate. After a few seconds, you will get the generated image of a tram in the street. The tool generates 3 variations. 1, 2, 3. You can find this tool on the right side just above the layer panel. Again, you can click on each image to see which one you like, and if you don't like any of them, you can hit again the generate and wait for another 3 images. Let me now open an actual photo of a tram. Then I go and select all, hit generative fill. This time I will type the prompt tram watercolor painting and hit generate. Now you have different tram generations in watercolor style. They try to resemble the tram from the original photo, at least the position of the tram, the front side of the tram. However, the trams look quite different from the source image, and that's what we'll be fixing in my technique. Let me delete the generative fill layer and come back to the original. And let me show something else we can do here. Now I will use the object selection tool and select the tram. Hit generative fill and type watercolor tram. Hit generate. See what's gonna happen. Now I can see that it creates a new tram in the watercolor style, leaving the rest of the photo unchanged. Now let me go to background layer and select the buildings around the train. Hit generative fill and type watercolor. Hit generate. And let's see what's going to happen. And now you can see that we have the buildings and the watercolor style. Go back to background, select the road and the sky. Okay, the road and the sky. And hit generate watercolor. Press generate. And now you have almost the whole image transferred to watercolor. Now the painting has a little more resemblance to the original photo. Let me merge these layers and so we can compare it with the original photo. It does resemble the original photo a bit more. You can see that we have the sky the buildings, even the man here, the road, but still there is a difference. There is a difference in details. The tram is different, although it looks, the front side, but it is different. The tram tracks, no tracks. And the person here is different. The windows on the right side are different, although the structure are kind of located a bit in a similar way. This is an interesting technique, but it's still not what we are going to do. What we need to achieve, we need to make a painting in different styles, but it has to resemble the details of the original photo. So let's return to the original by deleting the painted layer. So what else we can do with this new tool? If you select the crop tool, you can see that this tool turned into the generative expand. This is a really cool feature in new Photoshop to expand the border limits of your image. Photoshop uses AI to imagine what could be outside of the borders and create the combinations of the image, which is usually very consistent with the source image. Drag the borders to the right and to the left and hit the check button. Wait for the Adobe Cloud to generate the variations. You see how the AI, how the technology understood or realized what to place in these areas. That's a lot of imagination. Different variations. Looks really nice. I like this one. Let's leave it like this. And say similar, you can go down, go up, press check, wait. And now you have the image beyond the borders. A lot of new possibilities with this. And how smooth, how nice it is. Very consistent. So generative fill and generative expand are extremely useful tools in Photoshop. I should mention that until November 2023, you can generate unlimited number of iterations with these tools. From November 1, 2023, Adobe will introduce the credit points system, meaning that you will have, for example, 1000 credits, and each credit is one iteration, 3 images, meaning that after you spend 1000 credits or 1000 iterations during the month, your additional generations will be processed slower. So now when I covered generative fill, let's move into the practice. And now I will show you my own photo painting technique with Photoshop generative fill.